Hello and welcome to Dear Coach, 3 Steps into Alignment. My name is Michelle and I'm a self-leadership coach. In this podcast, I will share with you the name it, feel it, and shift it method that you can apply to your daily life. This is becoming your very own coach. I will focus on exploring values and how they shape us and guide us. They form our decisions and behaviors, and most importantly, how we interact with others. I want to help you make room for more peace of mind and help you build confidence one step at a time. We can't do it alone, so let's help each other rise and make room for growth. In essence, our values are our inner compass. Let's get started. Hi and welcome back to Dear Coach, 3 Steps into Alignment. My name is Michelle and I coach the name it, feel it, and shift it method by exploring our core values. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you what we often do is the outcome of an unspoken intention. So we do this as people. We have these great desires and these dreams we want to throw out there and share, and that's the intention. But our mouths are shut. We say absolutely nothing. We don't express them at all. So I was coaching a manager, and he first came in, and his first initial name it was, Michelle, I'm angry and I'm frustrated. I've gone above and beyond to give my employees all these paths that they could take to grow themselves, to become, better, to achieve. And I was like, okay, all right. So management. Here's what was happening in my client's story. He had an intention to give one of his employees an amazing opportunity to lead. So his personal intention was, I'm going to give my employee the opportunity to lead a team. We have a new project coming in, and I have been observing this employee for years, and I see all these wonderful things of value. And I said, okay. I said, let's start digging here. So as a manager, I said, what do you value most about your role as a manager? And here's what he said to me. He said, Michelle, as a manager, he's like, I've learned over the years, in my personal experiences, pay attention to other people's strengths. Look around. That's your job. It's very important. He's like, find growth opportunities, one for yourself and for the people that are working with you. Empowerment, accountability, and striving for excellence. So this manager's values were wonderful. He wanted to share as much as he could and rely on his teamwork. He wasn't a micromanager. He wanted to utilize his team and share experiences. And that's wonderful. Those are amazing management skills, and they're hard to come by, right? So with that, he saw a value in his employee, which was this. His employee had strong work ethic. He was a great leader. He had patience, and he loved teaching others, and he loved being helpful. So in his story, he was giving this man an opportunity to grow. That's the empowerment value of management, and seeing the potential in his employees. So he felt really good about that. Unfortunately, because his intention was not spoken, it all went wrong. Okay, so here's the feel it part. Here's how the story unfolded between the manager and his employee. So remember, this is an unspoken intention. So the manager saw a value, something very important in his employee, and he wanted to give him the empowerment to build and become a leader within his company. But he never said anything. So that was the intention behind his movement forward, I guess. But the employee didn't feel that way. So you got a picture, a manager going in and pointing out all these new team leads and giving them their job and the people they're going to be responsible for and a project they're going to be responsible for, and doing all the highlights, conducting an actual meeting, and then walking away saying, okay, we'll touch base later on this week. The manager feels fantastic, right? He's providing movement forward for all of his employees. That's very important to him in his manager role, right? But the employee who is now in this new role is sitting there going, well, I don't know how to do this. And he is walking away with his teammates feeling, I have no direction. I've never done this before. How am I supposed to do this? And I didn't ask for this, right? So as the new leader is creating this team and going into this project, he's realizing, I don't have the skills for this. So when he went back to his manager and said, I don't want to do this, he's like, I'm not the right guy for this. He's like, I don't even know why you picked me. Except it wasn't quite like that. It was quite escalated, and it was more of an argument between manager and employee. The manager felt then unappreciative. Like, I'm giving you an opportunity and you're not taking it? How can you not see what I see, right? So that's the unspoken intention that caused a huge conflict. I mean, the employee almost walked out and said, you know what, screw you. You know, if you're not going to provide me with the things that I need, I don't want to be here. So that's when, you know, the manager and I had a conversation, and it was more about, you have to learn to express these intentions to your employees. Maybe ask them, one, are you ready for this step? Do you need guidance? Do you want to shadow somebody first for a while? You know, do you even want this to begin with? Because what I see a value in you, you may not want that for yourself. You might be quite happy with just doing everything that is meaningful to you, right? So it was about going backwards and setting a new stage for, how can I fix this? How can I get my employee to see what I see of value within him? And that took some time, right? To sort of ask specific questions like, why was it so important for you to do this for your employee? You know, and then the manager said, you know what, Michelle? He said, when I was his age, somebody just threw me in and I had to learn how to swim. And I said, I said, yeah. I said, and how did that work out for you? And he said, you know what? He's like, I was drowning. He's like, and I hated every minute of it. And he's like, and then I just started doing it and just doing it. And I said, what would you rather have happened? And that's when he went, yeah. You know, I would have rather been approached and asked and given the tools, you know, to actually pursue this and maybe stop and see if I really have that within myself. Get to learn what my superpowers were that I couldn't see, that my boss could see. So his intention was, it came from something that happened within his personal life and that became meaningful to him. Give your employees an opportunity to grow just like he had. It was a past experience and something he put huge meaning to within a management role. He respected that from his previous manager. But the communication style was all wrong. His intention was good, but he didn't communicate it. So here's where the shift happened. Okay, so here's the shift in this scenario. I asked my client, how do you feel now, you know, that you've learned all these new values about, you know, management and empowerment and an unspoken intention? And he looked at me and he's like, I feel like an ass. He's like, I feel like a failure. I feel like I let my team down. He's like, you know, what I really wanted to be a good outcome, I realized I forgot a step. And I've got to fix it. It's very important to me in my manager role that I still empower my people. I want them to see what I see. So I said, all right, what do you need to do now to make it right? That was my question. And then what information was missing, you know, from your employee? What didn't you know about what he valued and how he wanted to grow at work? And then what are you willing to offer, right? So once we talked about those questions and how to cultivate that growth that was really important for him within his company and his employees, he felt more at ease. He was like, yeah, just because I get excited about seeing something within someone, I have to let them know what I see. And I have to actually align what I see and what they see and see if they can merge, grow together. He's like, I skipped a step, a very important step. And he's like, and it blew up and got crazy. He's like, I'm now realigned and I'm going to add to my manager value of communicate every little detail, no matter what, right? So again, that's how we accumulate values. We add and we take away. And he realized that as much as he valued all these things, the empowerment and growth and accountability for all of his employees, he forgot that the intentions behind his work and his words really had to be spoken. So now that was added, not just communicating as a whole within a business, but to communicate on a personal level to his employees the intention behind his, his requests or what he saw as growth, really to align the employee and the manager and the direction that they were both going into. Coming to that. And then with the, what do you want to offer? Are you equipped with, extra learning education? Are you willing to have someone shadow? Are they willing to be shadowed or to shadow someone else? All of that, the big snowball started going down. I was like, yes. And then it went from the initial, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I was offended by what my client or what my employee, wasn't able to see. I now feel good about. I can make these changes. I can actually have the conversation and ask and express my intention and create unity and apologize. He really wanted to apologize for not having the ability to communicate his intention. So if this was relatable to you, please let me know. Leave your comments. This is Dear Coach. This is helping each other learn our values and how we express them and to take the time to go, that's what I'm trying to say, and I don't know how. So put your comments down below, and I hope I can help you explore some of your values. So today was all about management and what that role was, that value, along with the unspoken intention. You have to speak your intentions no matter what. No one really likes surprises when it comes to being put on the spot. So again, I do coach one-on-one. I also have a 5-week program that talks about the Name It, Feel It, and Shift It method with exploring all of our values and our communication styles. You can go to my website and book a 30-minute free discovery call, and stay tuned for next week's episode where I will be talking about how to communicate your true wants and needs in a partnership. We'll see you soon. Take care.